everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today is a request and it leads on from a video from a few weeks ago, and it's just to do a little bit more gua sha on the back, and we're not going to use the machine version, we're going to use the traditional. You get all different shapes and sizes, so this is what I would consider a smaller one, so by all means you could get a bigger one for the back and other parts of the body. The other thing about the gua sha is that some people do use it to really, it is a scraping tool, but to really scrape the skin, to get a redness, to get an extreme and excessive erythema. That's not something that I'm looking to do. Everyone's different, so if you're looking for that, then go and look at different videos on YouTube that will show you exactly how to achieve that result, or even just for the purposes of information and education. That's not for me. What I like to do with gua sha is use it slowly and use it for relaxation. You're still going to get the benefits of a circulation boost, lymphatic drainage boost, the nutrients in the blood. You're going to get all of these benefits, the relaxation, just the calmingness, the history of the treatment. But I'm not personally looking for the fast scraping, the extreme redness. That's not for me. So when I scrape, I tend to scrape a bit slowly. I do want to see some erythema, some redness. Just for me, that's not what I want to do when I'm doing a treatment. But everyone's different and there's different reasons why you do that. So by all means, you go by what it is you're looking for and what your outcome is. But I wouldn't recommend even looking at gua sha and breaking the skin and making it very red and very irritated if you don't know what you're doing and you're not trained, because you could cause yourself damage. As always, you always need to make sure that you don't have any contraindications or special care requirements too. So I'm using the smaller version. I'm going to warm up the tissues. I've already got some oil on the back. I've also got the mics on. As you can see, sometimes I wear the mics as requested because it adds to the enhancement of the ASMR element. So it's not every time and it's not for everyone, but sometimes just adding that in. And what I'll do now is be quiet for a moment or two so that you can actually hear the massage. So in addition to hearing that, you'll probably hear the bed creaking too. That's typical. But what I'm doing is just warming up the tissues. I personally don't like to do anything without having introduced my touch so that the client is not shocked by a treatment. The muscles and the tissues are not cold. There's no potential for a shock or any sort of unnecessary tension, unnecessary, I wouldn't say injuries, that's too severe, but when someone's tissues haven't been warmed up, when the skin isn't prepared, when the person isn't relaxed, when there's not a few moments into it, then you might not get the optimum result that you're looking for, even if that optimum result is just relaxation. There are a lot of elements to relaxation, to a good massage, and I'll quantify that by saying a good massage is different for everyone. We're all looking for different outcomes. But the way that I was trained, and I still agree with it, is that it takes a few minutes for the person on the bed to relax, to start to de-stress, to start to enjoy the process. They also need to become familiar with your touch. You might need to check about the pressure if you're brand new to each other. Also, if there's any areas of tension or any areas that you need to modify your treatment for or pay extra attention to, all these things to consider. So I'm quite happy now that I've warmed up the tissues. I'm not doing anything in particular other than just different forms of effleurage to warm up those tissues. So now I'll take the gua sha, the tool, and I'm left-handed, so sometimes I make things look a bit awkward and it's not my intention. So if you're left-handed too, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. So basically you're scraping, but what I like to do, now some people scrape like this, and I can completely see why there would be times to do that, but If I am looking to relax someone, then I've either got the option of slowing down the scraping, but still scraping to a firm pressure, so not too light, not too deep. But I don't want to be scraping too fast, I don't want to do that. So I'm scraping a bit slower, but again, I'm thinking about working towards lymph nodes. So I scrape up, but then I am thinking about scraping to where there would be lymph nodes under the arms. But what I can do is I can either support the tissue, so I can hold at the base of the back and just scrape with that hand. I can see the erythema starting. Or, as you saw me do at the beginning, I can scrape and then stretch, scrape and stretch. So what I'm doing is the scraping is performing one function, and then the hand is simultaneously soothing, but it's also enhancing the benefits of the tool. So that's the options that I've got. But again, this is very much how I do it. Not one way to do it, and I'm saying there's no right or wrong. Obviously, there are incorrect ways to do things, but very much with this tool, you can be guided with what feels right, what feels comfortable, avoiding the spine too. So, just for a demo, I don't want to overstimulate the area. So, I'll go back to scraping, supporting the tissues here, and just scraping up, and then starting to scrape to the nearest nodes. And again, it can be really hard to tell if erythema picks up on camera, but there are definite areas starting here. So I'm scraping up and out whilst I support. And then what I'm going to do is start alternating, so scraping and soothing whilst also enhancing the benefits. And again, avoiding the spine. Also, because it's a demo, I'm not going too far into the hips, but by all means, really working on the sides of the stomach, sides of the hips, and you're just working directly up because you've got lymph nodes there, so you're working in one direction. And again, some people go very fast. I don't feel that that's the way that I want to do this treatment today. And because I'm demoing it, it's not something that I'm agreeing with a client. You would have that discussion to make sure that you're both on the same page. So again, we've got that one way of doing it, or we can do scrape and enhance, or stretch. So I hope that you can see that there. And then we can continue on, and you can really work. Now again, you'll see some videos and they'll scrape, 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 scrape. Now again, if that's what you're looking for, if that's the end result, if that's the requirement, go for it. Now look at this here. Much quicker, certainly in reality, to see that erythema. But I want to slow it down. I want to make it more relaxing. So I'm scraping a slower pace, but I'm still making sure that I'm working to lymph nodes. And then I'm just covering that area. I'm not really concerned today because, again, we're doing a demo. Not concerned about doing a routine. Not concerned about making sure every inch of the back is covered, because this is more about key points today. And again, it's key points that are my preferences, not definitives, not this is the way that you do it, this is the traditional way, just the way that I approach it. And I always welcome the way that you approach things too, because how else can we learn and take on new tricks and new tips if we don't share with each other? Best practice, good practice, all those things. So then I can really see the erythema here. Now that's as red as I want it to go today. So I can start alternating, and I can also feel the warmth here too. So it wouldn't take too long for this to really start to heat up. And if you were looking for that extreme redness, that excessive erythema, it wouldn't take very long to get that. And then again, avoiding the spine, we can do the same here. And I'll just start alternating again. And then you can continue on, you can work along the neck, you can work into the shoulders. So we haven't covered the shoulders, we haven't covered right into the neck, scraping up the neck, again avoiding the spine. There are so many more things we can do. We haven't balanced up the other side of the hips. But I really just wanted to show you the many ways that you can approach using the Gua Sha tool. There are some fabulous people online that have videos, that have blogs. There's articles, books. As I've said before in previous videos, it's a treatment that is rich in history, in heritage, and we must respect it. We also have to accept that as the tool becomes more commercialised, people will find their own ways to adapt it and to use it. So I always think as long as we are respectful and we listen to the people who really are experts in things and we take the information from them, and then when we can, we adapt to suit our own needs, our own clients, our own situations, then it means we've got all these fabulous tools to use. And with the Gua Sha, with the jade roller, with the hot stones, lava shells, we really do have so much choice. So it's good fun using them, it's good fun exploring them. I hope you found this interesting and enjoyable. You can let me know again if you like the extra mics for the massage enhancement. Let me know in the comments if you've used Gua Sha on different areas, how you like to use it, if you've had it as a treatment. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day and I'll see you again soon.